Hi, I'm Shifu Aaron from Dragon Phoenix Kung Fu in Asheville, North Carolina. So today's question has to do with why martial arts helps children to develop focus. This is a big one. I know this is a big one why parents put their kids in martial arts to help with focus, confidence, things like that. And so why it helps with focus is, let's see. I think we can talk about the places where we see the least focus would be like in the traditional school classroom where they're having to sit at their desk all day long and just all that stuff, and they get tired and they get the wiggles and they got to move. Martial arts, there is going back to my days of being a school teacher. There's a concept called multiple intelligence theory. It talks about how all kids are intelligent, all humans are intelligent. We're just intelligent in different ways. And the premise of that was to cater your lesson plans in such a way that you are hitting on as many different intelligence styles as possible, so you're not letting kids slip through the cracks so much. Okay, so I can talk more on that another time, or if you got questions, drop them below. I find a lot of the kids that enter into martial arts tend to be strong kinesthetic learners and strong visual learners. And so when they're in a martial arts classroom, we're hitting on those learning styles. And so it's more engaging for them. They're moving their bodies, they're learning with their bodies, they're thinking with their bodies, and they're using their eyes to look around all the stuff that's changing. Okay, so that really helps. There's also, we've got a bunch of short tasks and skill sets that are measurable pass fail. And what they're doing is they're accomplishing these goals through moving their body and in the meantime making their bodies more intelligent. This can be like hugely rewarding for kids like that. You know, you get all the dopamine and serotonin and all for like the sense of accomplishment, the praise that they get as well too. And so at Dragon Phoenix, we mix a lot of things together to help try to push that focus curve a little bit more. And I'm not going to get woo-woo with this, but like playing with energy. Okay, so hear me out. The simple side, you're like, all right, everything's like really exciting, and the kids are like, all right, they're little empaths. They're like getting energized. You go calm, slow down, and then they're like, okay, now I'm going calm, and so kind of get things excited and then calm things down. And so they start to learn how to regulate those things and to focus in and be present. So that's part of why I think mindfulness is really important to add into with martial arts. We start with a little bit of standing meditation at the beginning of class, just holding postures. And you'd be surprised that is like one of the most difficult parts of class for kids, but also really important. And I try to keep it short enough to where it's an accomplishable goal. Not so long that it's like, all right, I'm pulling, it's like pulling teeth, but like something they can be like, okay, they can do. And then we can move around. We get all excited. We're like hitting stuff and we're working with partners and we're learning really complex like movement patterns. And then we end, everything calms down. We talk stories, some Tao philosophy, and then so forth. And so those are ways that we work to get kids more present, more mindful through our particular curriculum. So every school's got their own unique way that does that. I can't say that one school or one style is better for kids in general, because each person is their own unique human. So you got to find what resonates best with your kid, what things they work well for them. And so like what I would say to everybody is really kind of shop around, try all the different martial arts schools in your area, talk to the instructors, ask questions, try out free classes. And you're going to see which ones the kids are like, oh, that lights me up, or like, oh, that didn't feel good, or I didn't like that teacher I didn't vibe with, or like the way that the place was conducted, or just things like that. So martial arts is an excellent skill for helping kids develop focus, especially the kids who seem to have the least focus, because what they're looking for is exactly what martial arts offers. Okay, so what are your thoughts? I'd like to hear your ideas, opinions, questions. Drop a line below.